King is Chris Larson, talking about a great study. They partnered up with NDSU to talk about what we can do to fine-tune your sleep. And sleep is such an important thing. Most of us do it, 8 hours a day or so. Chrissy does like 3, but most it's 8.
I was going to say like half that.
Let's talk about this study and what you guys are finding to help people sleep better.
Yeah, so we started this year with NDSU, the engineering department, and they're trying to figure out ways to better, help people sleep better by designing surfaces and using 3D printing and studying the contours of the body. And along the way, it's really opened our eyes to, what happens in a mattress over the life of the mattress. And, for basically the last 24 years, we've been trying to figure out a way to design the best surface to sleep on for a third of our life. And, we've learned a lot, and because we came up with the lifetime comfort guarantee, it's opened up a relationship with our customers so that 2 years later, 10 years later, whatever, over the life of the bed, if they decide, they're not sleeping so good and maybe the mattress has something to do with that, we'll go and do adjustments to them. Kind of like giving your car a tune-up, think about it that way. And it's given us thousands of examples of learning about what's inside a mattress, what breaks down in a mattress, what we can do to extend the life of a mattress. And one of the things we've learned is that the inner springs don't really change over a 15-year period. They maintain their same firmness throughout. But the stuff on top, which is mostly foam, that's what breaks down. And beds get what we call soft spots. And really over the last 10 years, what we've learned is that companies that make foam, they have figured out a way to make foam that loses firmness without losing height, because mattress warranties only cover a visible sag that you can measure with a string and a tape measure. And so foam doesn't necessarily sag to the degree that a warranty would kick in. Most mattress warranties are 1.5 inches sag before it kicks in. And one good example of that is we got a 2-year-old mass-produced name brand bed last week, and we tested it out. And we put a string over it like everyone else would, and it was only 3/4 of an inch sag, so it was not even halfway to the warranty period. But we put our machine on it. We bought a machine that tests down to the decimal point how much soft spot there is, what the difference in firmness from here to there. And we tested the least used part of the mattress, and then we tested the most used, which is where your lower back is. That's where most of your weight is. It comes down there. And it had a 37% difference.
Wow.
And that was all the foam. So the foam had broke down quite a bit, obviously. It was only 2 years old, mind you.
Wow.
Now, compare that to a 40-year-old mattress that we tested, because back in the day, mattresses were made with springs and very little foam. Today, it's like kind of the opposite. There's just too much foam. So we tested a 40-year-old mattress out, and it only had an 8% soft spot in the middle. So that was 40 years old, and that's because springs last a very long time. So inner springs are still the strongest part of the mattress. It's the foam on top. And so all these things we've been learning, we've been using our machine now for the last couple months, and we've tested a lot of mattresses, new ones, old ones.
But then with this lifetime guarantee, if I have a soft spot or one that I can go to you guys and go, hey, I need this refilled, and you guys do that for free, right?
Yeah, so where we ended up here is we got this machine and we started testing our beds and other brands and old beds and new beds. I even tested the springs out of my bed. I took the inner spring out of my bed, my personal bed I've been on for 15 years, and it had less than a 1% soft spot in the springs. So we know that springs don't change. It's the stuff on top. And we've really been cutting back on the amount of polyurethane foam that we use, because that is the weak link in the mattress. So unfortunately, a lot of other companies are going with like all foam. The entire thing's foam.
Right.
And taking the coils out and telling people, well, they're just as good, but they're really not. And so we've decided to put a warranty on our beds that covers a 20% soft spot. And basically, any bed's going to get a soft spot. So it's not, our warranty isn't 0%, because our bodies they're unevenly weight distributed. Most, like 50% of your body weight lands on your hips. So most of the weight is occurring, or the wear is occurring in the middle. And so, we're concerned about that, and, we're putting a warranty on there. And that's
good stuff, Chris. Thank you for being here. Be sure and check out his shop. You see it here, Comfort King. Stick with us. Much more coming up right after this.